Jai Ganesh, friends. Today I'll tell you another fascinating story of Lord Ganesha. This one is about his broken tusk. Yes, have you noticed that Ganesha always has one tusk broken? Do you know why? If not, listen carefully, and at the end, I'll ask you to guess the hidden lesson behind it. A long time ago, sage Vyasa wanted to compose the great epic Mahabharata, but he needed someone who could write it down without stopping, without hesitation. He went to Lord Ganesha and asked for help. Ganesha agreed, but on one condition. Vyasa must recite the verses without a single pause, without thinking too long. Vyasa smiled and gave his condition too. Ganesha must understand the meaning of every verse before writing it down. Smart move, right? And so, the great work began. But in the middle of writing, suddenly Ganesha's pen broke. Now pause for a second. What would you do if your pen broke during the most important work of your life? Stop. Search for another pen. Well, Ganesha didn't waste a moment. He immediately broke off one of his own tusks and continued writing with it. That's why he is called Ekdant, the one with a single tusk. Now friends, let me ask you. Why do you think Ganesha broke his tusk instead of stopping? Was it A, because he valued knowledge above his own comfort? B, because he never wanted sage Vyasa's flow to break? Or maybe both? Comment your answer below. I want to see how many of you understood this deep lesson. This story teaches us that true dedication means sacrifice. Ganesha showed that nothing, not even his own body, was more important than wisdom and knowledge. So friends, next time you see Ganesha's idol with one tusk, remember this story. And now tell me in the comments, what's the biggest sacrifice you have ever made for something meaningful in your life? And now tell me in the comments, what's the biggest sacrifice you have ever made for something meaningful in your life? And now tell me in the comments, what's the biggest sacrifice you have ever made for something meaningful in your life? And now tell me in the comments, what's the biggest sacrifice you have ever made for something meaningful in your life? And now tell me in the comments, what's the biggest sacrifice you have ever made for something meaningful in your life?